Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Another edition of the Detour Live. Sorry, we're about 30 minutes later than normal. If he's had an epic day, what was it? 3.5 hours drive after the finish, Johnny?
4 hours, yeah. Down the mountain and then 3.5 on the bottom. But a sensational day, worth every second of it.
It was the Queen stage at the Vuelta, and if you listened to the show yesterday, you would have thought that Primoz Roglic should be in the leader's jersey by about a minute, because we thought, oh, geez, after stage 14.
None if they listened to you two, not if they listened to me, they wouldn't have said that. Go back and listen to it. I said he would still have the lead.
Well, you're right. Well, let's have a look at the stage result. Simon,
I'll tell you what. It was an amazing stage. I mean, you've jumped over the stage result. Seriously, we should actually paint the picture, because I've never been to Sierra Nevada before. And, you know, you got the famous city of Granada, and you climb up from Granada, and like nearly 30K of climbing and some really steep ramps, but getting to rarefied air, 2,500 plus meters. And the boys looking after you. Look, we've just arrived. They brought a beer out for me. It's been a big drive. But seriously, just an amazing stage. And the break went early, and we had Aussies everywhere. You had Jai in the break. And then the bunch coming from behind, because they were always going to put the pressure on Jumbo. So we had this wonderful scenario with this race coming together towards the end. Just sensational.
And yeah, in the finale there, Iffy, a lot of talk after the finish was Primoz Roglic had a crack, but left it quite late. I thought he would have done something a bit earlier.
Well, not really. They didn't leave it late. So what happened? You had a Cat 1 climb around about, look, I've got the map in front of me.
I've got it.
There it is.
It's on the screen.
Yeah. For those who aren't seeing a screen, there's a Cat 1 climb, which would have been about 40K to go to the top of that. Then it went down and then climbed the monster. So they put the pressure on right foot. The break was well gone at 5 minutes, with a lot of good bike riders in there. Carapaz back in there again. Soler, they're all up there. Jai Hindley, really, really strong break, going hard. But Jumbo put the pressure on straight from that first climb. So Jumbo put the pressure on right all day, really. And it was quite a hard start. It was really gnarly, lots of corners. Break couldn't get clear. It was a monster stage and a wonderful stage. But then what happened? Then when they got the real climb, again, Chris Harper, look, he's just been a sensation. I'll tell you, I'm so glad he's coming over to Biking Exchange Joko next year, because he is going to be a superstar for Simon Yates. I tell you, the job he's been doing for Roglic has been enormous. But it all happened earlier than I think they really wanted it to, because the pressure was on. So in the end, by the time, whereas the other day, he did his last thing up to about 5K to go, and then Roglic went. This time it was more than 10K to go. Then Roglic put the pressure on. Then he realised it was like a side headwind. Evenepoel didn't look to be in too much difficulty. For all that they've done, he'd recovered well, actually. And so then Roglic sort of just went to the back, and Evenepoel, well, I'll take over. So he just led it for ages. But the big ride from here is Ben O'Connor. Seriously, he stepped up big time. I know he came fourth in the Tour de France, but today's ride shows even better than that. He was, when the real pressure was on, he was there. Even when Evenepoel got dropped near the end, Ben didn't. He stayed with Roglic all the way to the line. So very, very impressive. So Roglic, he did a bit of foxing. He went back and then he hit him, with about 3 or 4K to go. But he only ever got about 15 or 16 seconds. So it was nowhere near enough. And Evenepoel looked in control.
What can you tell us about the stage winner?
The Flying Dutchman. Young. He's a good bike rider, and he's going to Ineos next year, so they've obviously targeted him. I'm pretty sure he ran second to the Pog when the Tour de l'Avenir, when Pogacar won the Tour de l'Avenir, which is the race of the future. He ran second, so he's been very well known. This is his first big time win. He's won one other World Tour race, I think. But, Ineos, they've already snaffled him, so they know how good he is. But it was a fine win. He went, he was up in that lead group, went past Soler, and he was the only one able to hold off the chasing group, because Superman Lopez was very strong, as was Enric Mas. They got clear of Roglic and Evenepoel. And for a second, the Jay Vine, who was in the break, got caught by them and rode beautifully in the last 3K to stay with them. So he was cock-a-hoop when we interviewed him after the finish as well. So It was just a wonderful, wonderful stage. And we did the whole race route for Chris and Neil today, because it'll leave us in a couple of days. So it was a really, really good day to do that.
All right, well, let's have a look at the interviews pre-start. For those that are listening, I've done a bit more work for you. We've got Chris Harper, Luke Durbridge, Chris Froome, Jay Vine, Ben O'Connor, Jai Hindley, and Luke Plapp. So that's the order of the interviews for the pre-start. So enjoy.
What happens when you wake up early, Dan?
Don't get me started, mate. As soon as this is done, this could be the last Grand Tour, folks, so strap yourself in. All right, here's a pre-start interviews.
How well do you know this time?
Not well at all, actually. The rest of the team knows it pretty well, just because we do altitude camps in Sierra Nevada, but I've never been, so it's a new one for me. I know the Monaco from Route to the Sol a couple of years ago, but I don't know the final.
More importantly, yesterday you did an amazing job. Today seems like it'll be almost like Groundhog Day, with teams throwing blood in the water. There'll be a lot of pressure early.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably the hardest day of the tour. Everyone's sort of calling it the Queen stage, so I think there'll be a lot of interest from a lot of teams to try and do something. So it should be a really exciting stage.
I'm good. Another hard day for the rest day. So problem is I know all the roads around here. Done many training camps down here. So, but you probably shouldn't put all the climbs in the one day, but they have. So.
Of course, you'll be trying to get through, say, as much as possible, so you can look after cadence and the split stage coming up. But you know this road well. What do you think will happen today?
Well, it's hard to tell. Like yesterday was such a insane fight for the breakaway, and Remco showed a little bit of weakness, I guess, with Roglic dropping him. So maybe Jumbo will try and throw the kitchen sink at it today, considering he might have lost time yesterday. And so it could mean that the break could also take 80-90k to go. And I mean, for us, it's about getting Caden through. So we'll stay with him, and I think he's climbing well. I don't think we'll be a problem. It'll be a hard day for everyone out there, but it'll be interesting. These climbs are pretty unforgiving, so we'll see.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
We're just about to start our final week of a pretty intense Vuelta. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I mean, looking forward to the rest day tomorrow, like a lot of guys. I would have loved my form to have been better here, but having COVID really took it out of me before this race and affected my preparations coming in here. So for now, just getting through the best I can and helping the team wherever I can.
Now today's stage, it's pretty tough, and I don't think they can make it any tougher. You know this area well. What do you think will happen today?
Yeah, it's gonna be war today between the GC guys. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Remco showing a little bit of weakness yesterday. The other GC teams, they can smell blood in the water now, so they're going to be pushing the absolute limits today to try and expose any weakness if it is there.
Morning, Jay. A big day today. We've got looks like the heavyweights will be really battling it out. What do you think will be your chances today?
It's 50-50 really. I can't follow every move, so we're going to target some bigger moves for me to get into. Otherwise, we're going to try and slip someone up the road, basically what we did yesterday. Really focus on that final climb as well, because I think it really does suit me.
Do you know this climb at all? Have you done any training around here?
No, never seen it at all, but up to altitude, steep part at the bottom, really hot conditions in Granada, so before the Cat 1, I think it's set up to be a really good battle on the final climb.
Morning, Ben. Now, you said the other day you were really top 10 is what you're trying to do in this weather. You're in that 10th spot. You're about to hit a monster today.
Yeah, just going to try hold it. It's an important day, I think, for everyone, so the heat's going to play a bit of a factor, but just hopefully have a good day today.
How well have you know this climb?
Pretty well. I've done a fair bit of training around here. We had a big training camp in May, so I've done it a lot, similar weather conditions, so yeah. I think managing the heat's going to be one of the most important things today.
So what's your prediction? What will happen today? A bit of groundhog day of yesterday, you think?
Yeah, I think it depends on how long the break takes again to go, but I assume for the favourites, someone's going to ride a bit more threshold for all the day, I think, to put Remco under pressure in that way, because one-off climbs is really good, but I think sustained efforts may take a toll, but yeah, you never know. He may have just had a bad day yesterday.
Morning, Jai. So now we're just about to start the final week, and probably the toughest stage of this Vuelta. How are you feeling?
Oh yeah, not too bad. Still feeling pretty decent. So try and give it a good crack today. Hopefully, can make the breakaway.
Well, you fought pretty well yesterday. You didn't lose too much time. Did you feel comfortable with your climb yesterday?
Oh yeah, it was as comfortable as you can be. But yeah, it was super. It was a really hard day and super fast on the last climb there. So I just tried to help Wilco as much as possible. But I think we're in for an epic day today. That's for sure.
Epic, I think is the word. So there'll be a few of the teams can smell a little bit of blood in the water. So you'd expect the attacking to start very early today.
Yeah, I can imagine that'd be a big fight for the breakaway like yesterday, and then pretty hard tempo already on this first Cat 1 climb, and then I think from then on it'll be pretty much full gas to the line. So I think expect like a good day of racing. It's going to be epic for sure.
Hey mate.
Morning, Luke. Are we?
Oh mate, ready for war today.
Well, it is going to be a war today, and you've been very, very good in your predictions. What's your prediction? Who's going to win it today?
Hopefully they'll let Carapaz go on the break again, but I'm not too sure Alpecin will let us do that. I think they got their eye on the polka dot jersey and we'll probably try and protect it. But yeah, we'll try and get Richie in the break, but if not, just set up Carlos, mate, to fight up that last mountain.
It looks to me like it will be a race for the GC guys in the finale. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it will be, just because the teams are going to want to put pressure on that penultimate climb to really put Remco under the pump. So I think that's just going to force the break to come back. Hopefully it doesn't, but yeah, I think that's what will happen. We'll just try to survive and get over that mountain to support Carlos. But yeah, it's an hour climb for the best guys, mate, and I think a lot's going to go down there. So let's just hope Carlos has got some legs. Tay will be there as well, and we'll see what happens.
So I meant to ask you the other day, you're riding your first Grand Tour, and you're riding in the national jersey of Australian champion. How's that feel?
It's special, mate. It's I guess the last few years I've watched my idol Cam Meyer wear it, and I've dreamed of wearing it, and look, to be able to just get it on TV and out the front and represent Australia, it means a lot. It's the best looking jersey and bike in the peloton, as everyone says too. So no, it is special, mate, but hopefully I can defend it and do what you've done, mate, but I think it's going to be pretty hard come January to keep it.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Ah, jeez. That would have been the highlight of your answer, Iffy.
He's a legend, isn't he? We missed him at the stage finish today because we were actually interviewing Evenepoel when that little group came through. So the first time we've missed him. So if you're listening in, Blappy, although they've just arrived, we pulled up. The buses were just arriving, so they've done the same 4-hour trip. So I doubt he's going to join our podcast tonight. But it's been great for him to jump in like he has. He's just such a breath of fresh air. The other journos from other countries are starting to listen into our morning and afternoon chats because they just love it.
Good stuff. All right, we'll have a quick drinks break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from stage 15 at the Vuelta. Stay tuned.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Yeah, thanks again to our great mates at Bike Exchange. Head over to bikeexchange.com.au. You need anything bike related, Johnny, they're going to sort you out.
Anything at all.
Sort out
Exactly
local dealers.
right, mate. Track bike, road bike, mountain bike, gravel bike. They've got wonderful deals on e-bikes and any of the kit you need. Jump on to bikeexchange.com.au and they put you in touch with a dealer near you with the best price.
Now, you said you caught up with Remco Evenepoel. I don't know what happened when I did my post-race compilation. I missed that last one, but then I found it in the WhatsApp. I've grabbed it, so we'll go to Remco's reaction after the finish of stage 15.
If I'm going to India,
everyone's really happy with your performance.
You
must be happy as well.
They've screwed already 10 times, so no, I'm really happy. I think Roglic letting me do all the work on the climb was a tough task, so I always could stay calm, kept my head relaxed, don't stress too much, and in the end losing only 15 seconds on a finish like this is what we would have signed for in advance.
Because then obviously you felt better than yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my muscles were much less stiff than they were yesterday. Still I could feel it a bit, but I think coming to the rest day and then the sprint stage will help me to get rid of all the stiffness in my muscles after the crash.
Because this morning at the start you were stretching a lot and then we all were thinking, is he okay? Is he feeling stiff? But it didn't worry yourself or not?
Yeah, in the morning a little bit. I mean, I was a bit scared if I would have the same feeling like yesterday on the steep slopes, because yesterday I was really feeling blocked in my adductor, so yeah, I was a bit worried in advance, but I think today I just had a better day, so I hope I can that my body will recover more and more every day from the crash, and especially with tomorrow I will really take it easy, take it slow, don't push too much on the pedals so my muscles can recover as much as possible.
This race is not over yet, of course, 1:30 on Roglic, a little bit of 2 minutes on Mas. Who do you think is your biggest competitor right now, seeing Mas today?
It's definitely not over, but it's definitely better to be 1.5 minutes in advance than behind. So also the climbs are getting less and less hard next week, so slipstream will be important, but I think the heat will be still the competitor. But yeah, 2 days to recover and then 3 days, or let's say 4 days all in. But I heard that Matt Pedersen wants to control stage 19 as well, to try for a sprint again, so that would be a good day in between all the mountain stages.
This stage was crucial for the confidence, was it?
Definitely, yeah. It was really hard. It was my first time riding so high, and in the end I only lose 15 seconds to my biggest competitor, so I think that's a perfect race today. Remco, how did you manage things today? Because at first maybe it looked kind of bad for you. You lost Van Wilder on that penultimate climb, and then it looked like Jumbo was really setting it up. And at one point we see you go to the front of the Jumbo train, kind of do a little attack. You're isolated there. How did you keep confident the whole time?
Yeah, it wasn't easy at all. As it is, they really put a hard pace in the bottom of the Monachil climb coming out of Granada. So there it was actually really hard as well with the heat. It was like 40, maybe even 60 degrees down there. It was really hot. But yeah, I just felt that my legs were turning better than they were yesterday. So I tried to stay calm, tried to stay in the wheels. Didn't take too many risks in the downhills, as it was again quite slippery. Because I think in the front group there was a crash, and also behind in our group there was a crash. So this shows that the roads here are quite dangerous even when it's dry. So I think we can be lucky that we don't have rain. But yeah, I think the biggest task today was to keep calm when Roglic got stuck in my wheel for like 18 kilometers long. So I think that's actually where I won a bit the mental game today, is to keep pacing and then not losing much time when he attacked me.
Guys are talking about there isn't much space for attacks and the climbers in the next week until stage 20. Why is that? What are those stages like for you?
I think it's because the gradients are quite, I mean, I'm not going to say easy, but they are lower than they were the past few days. I don't think we have like much climbs over 6% average anymore, so that makes it a bit more easy. But it's going to be the fatigue, you know. It's going to be the third week. It's going to be I think also the altitude meters are getting lower again during the stages as well. So yeah, it's going to be all about the freshness and the legs and the head.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, game on. Remco's laid down.
Game on.
All right,
Yeah, I think they'll beat him. They won't beat him.
Well,
it's my prediction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless he has a shocker. All right, here's post-race interview batch. It's stage winner Primoz Roglic, Jay Vine, and Ben O'Connor.
Well, Tommy, congratulations. How did you plan on trying to win the stage today with guys like Carapaz in that group, Jay Vine, so many other stars? How did you manage it?
Well, riding as fast as possible. I knew the climb from a previous training camp, so I knew I had to survive the really steep first part, and I saw the Solera sector, so I was like, I got to stay in this group and then use each other on the bigger roads, because there I can really put my power down. So and that was enough for the victory. Like I also learned trying to understand my body more and more, and my age. That apparently I'm also pretty okay on altitude, so I just could get the power high, and it was enough for the victory. It was nice.
How did you read it? I think Soler and Vine were up the road when you attacked, and you passed them right away.
Only Soler Vine was in my group, but I just tried to do a pull in our group, and nobody really reacted, and I had a gap. I heard it on the radio, and I just went all in. I closed Soler down pretty quickly, so I thought he was waiting for me, but yeah, when I stood on the pedals one more and attacked him, like, he crashed immediately. So apparently everybody really was on the limit, and I had something left. So that's good.
Well, pinch yourself, because this is the biggest win in your career, if I'm correct, and this also comes on the end of your time with DSA, and you're going to Ineos next year. So what does this mean for you and your future and all the big changes coming up?
It's a really nice victory. Of course, my first World Tour victory, or not even World Tour victory. I won in Poland with PT. It was a nice victory, but Grand Tour, first Grand Tour victory. So that's really special indeed. And and also the Queen Stage, so it's really special.
Were you worried early stage by Miguel Angel Lopez and Big Mas, who were obviously trying to connect with you, or you were just concentrating on your performance?
Of course, they are really good riders, and also Miguel Angel Lopez won in 2017 the stage here, and we all know he's good on altitude, so. But in the end, I just focused on myself when I attacked, and tried to keep the power high. I went all into the finish line, and I heard I even gained some seconds in the end, so
I'm happy with that.
Another strong ride by you today. I think maybe some of us were wondering when were you going to go, and did you purposely leave it until you did, or what was your reading of that climb?
Well, yeah, actually didn't really feel good, but yeah, at the end, still managed to come through, and happy, and yeah, happy that tomorrow is the rest day, and then after the next week.
How did the altitude play effect? What was the wind like? And then how were you reading Remco there?
I guess here at the top I was feeling actually better a bit than really at the bottom. But yeah, it was harder. It's a big plan.
Primoz, what was the plan you made this morning?
Yeah, doing the race, huh? But yeah, like I said, I really didn't have the legs to do that. So yeah.
15 seconds or 16 seconds you gain on Remco, do you still take a lot of confidence from that?
Yeah, I mean, still better to gain 60 than lose 60 now. And yeah, have to go with that to the next week.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Jai, was it as hard as you expected because you did a brilliant ride?
I think that's as deep as I've ever gone, really. I stood up out of the final corner and those two lightweight guys just danced away from me. But yeah, I think I found new levels to push myself today after going so deep on that Cat 1 to get the points, the 10 points, to then try and still stick it out for the stage was, definitely deserves some Burger King today.
When you said they danced away from you, that was the last 20 metres. As you said, you went for the Cat 1 for the points and then did a brilliant ride on one of the toughest mountains in Europe.
It was definitely one of the hardest climbs I've done. Definitely the highest climb I've ever done. And as my sports director said to me in the radio when I finished the line, it was the best in the world that was in front of me and behind me. So yeah, I've got to be happy with it.
You have a strong competitor now for that jersey with Carapaz. What do you think?
I don't think he's interested at all, to be honest. I don't think he went for any of the points. I think he's all in for stage wins. You know, he's won Italia, finished the podium with 2 other Grand Tours. I think he's in for stage wins, so yeah, that's good for me.
Yeah, he may try. How do you see Miguel Lopez which must be on a strong fight onset?
Yeah, my sports director was just in my ear the whole last 3-4 kilometres when they caught us, and I was hoping they caught us a bit later, but it would have made the ride a little bit easier. But when Jai pulled off and it was just me and the 2 GC guys, it was a pretty big mental battle.
Ben, I know you've just finished, mate, but congratulations. That was just an awesome performance.
Yeah, I felt a lot better today. It's kind of down my alley, where it's not just a one climb session, it's kind of all day. Well, it's not really all day, but we made it hard, and that was good for me, so yeah, happy today.
You actually sound not that in the depth, mate. You sound fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like with altitude, it's about controlling your effort and making sure you're never over your limit. I was a bit worried to go with Lopez and Mas, and in the end, I didn't lose much. And I think we finished very fast, so hopefully I got a good gap on some other guys.
If you had a front row seat, you're riding so strongly, you had a front row seat there with Remco, Primoz. What was going on, all those mind games, and then Rog goes, Primoz goes?
I mean, Remco had to ride. I didn't have to ride, I was 10th overall, so yeah. It's up to him. I sat there and just waited. And then Primoz went first. I was literally just about to jump, so Primoz beat me to it, and he rode full to the finish, and that was my max.
What do you read from those guys? What's your reading?
I mean, it's hard to say because I don't think we've got a stage like this till stage 20. So it's going to be interesting to see how the final plays out.
Ben, we didn't see the moment when Primoz attacked. Did Remco slow down at all?
No, he paced it. He just rode his pace the whole time. and if there's someone to sit behind, he's probably one of the best for it because he is fast. So.
And was there any wind on the climb?
Yeah, it was kind of like crosswind the whole time. That's why we were just in the left in the gutter the whole climb. But yeah, it's nice. I've been up here and it's been a lot more windy, so I'm glad I wasn't a hurricane today.
Well, there you go. He sounded pretty fresh considering he just finished the stage.
It's seriously 30 seconds. It turned around, and when I said, I know you've just finished, and he just started yapping. It was an amazing ride, and he is in fantastic form, I can tell you. So it's a very, very impressive Vuelta. The 3 Aussies today were amazing. Jai Vine, sensational, finished 4th. And to stay with Mas and Lopez after being out there all day, they've caught him, and they're 2 of the best climbers in the world, and he stayed with them all the way to the line. That was impressive. Ben O'Connor, super impressive. And Jai Hindley, who was also in the break all day, very, very impressive. So we've got, world-class climbers there, already won Grand Tours, as in Jai, and Ben O'Connor is looking like he could do that. And I can't see any reason why Jai Vine doesn't go into that elite group as well. So, yeah, for the Australian future, it's absolutely sensational. I know you've got to go. I've got to go. I've got Neil and Chris and Vazzy down. They found the best bar evidently in this little town, so I've got to go and join them.
And got the rest day tomorrow, so we'll be back again on Wednesday. We'll be reviewing stage 16. Looks like one for the sprinters, iffy. Mads Pedersen, there's a bit of a kick at the end there.
I think it's perfect for Caden Groves.
Yeah. All right.
And of course,
comment. He says, another great day of racing. Let's hope it goes down the wire. And Ann Daly says, we know the riders are tested on the rest day for COVID. Are the journalists tested at the same time? Fingers crossed if he stays till the end.
Yeah, no, we get tested tomorrow as well, as we should, and hopefully the COVID thing's settling down. But no, we're having a rest day tomorrow, so we're not doing a podcast tomorrow night, mate. We're giving you the day off.
Yep.
It's just because that's the type of guy I am. Thinking of you,
because you've got no interviews.
I can. Plappy wants to. Yep. If he didn't vote for Carlton, he'd be the perfect young man. But anyway, we'll let that go.
All good. YouTube.com/The Detour Podcast. We'll be back again 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest day, Iffy, and enjoy the ambience tonight.
Will do. Be there, be square.
See you guys.